My guests are Dr. Reginald and Renee Morris. The book is called Resurrect Your Dead Marriage. You can get it from our e-store. The information is on the screen. So, Reggie, you make a decision. What was that decision?
I said no. It was simple as this, is that when I asked her to marry me, she came into a bond with me. That bond then became between me, her, and God. And so she needed my release. Spiritually, she needed my release. And so I understood. I wasn't trying to be belligerent or any other thing. It's just that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't enter in this marriage to end it. There was a lot that we had built up to this point. We had children and we had grandchildren, and I saw a future that the Lord had shared with us, and this seemed contrary to that. So my only answer to her was no.
And how did you respond to that, Renee?
I was not happy.
Okay.
Because, again, I had made a determination in my mind that I was going a certain way, and I felt like he was standing in the way of my life being able to go on.
What did you see that life being at that point? Because again, you got kids, grandchildren.
I just saw myself free.
Okay.
Though I was in bondage. Again, I was deceived. And I thought leaving him would mean I could be free. And it could open up a whole world of possibilities for me.
How did he communicate that he was not done with the marriage? Because as you said, you were not happy.
Well, I would call him from time to time, asking him when he was going to sign the papers. When was he going to stop being stubborn? And he would basically tell me, as I said before, you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm not changing my mind.
So the movie The War Room, and for those that haven't seen it, it's a great movie. It's about prayer. Tell me how that impacted you.
Well, it gave me, it actually gave me a process of prayer. It showed me that when we take God at His word and we connect with it, we can get His word activated in our lives. And I literally turned her closet, the one that she vacated, into my war room. And in it was all our pictures from the years through the years, our kids, and I just started making lists that would come up in my heart about the life we had and the life that I saw going forward. And then when the Lord would tell me things about her life and what was happening, I would write lists, put them up on the wall, and I just pray over them.
And revealed some of the things that maybe she was upset with you as well.
Yeah, some of that was revealed to me. The Lord began to talk to me about me. He always starts with you. I mean, that's just...
It's consistent that way.
He starts with you. These are the things you could have done differently. The other thing he says, I am never going to talk to you about her. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about you. So the conversation always dealt with him sharing with me about the man I could be and the man I need to be in order to have the marriage we always wanted to be.
Did you know he was praying? And I guess the second part of that, was there a change in him that maybe you think, oh, maybe this guy is worth getting back together with?
So the interesting thing about this is he has never been a bad person. He's a great father. He was someone who I looked up to. He took care of me.
Yeah, there's no abuse in the relationship.
There was nothing like that. But what happened is he shielded me from a lot of things, and I developed deficiencies as a result of that. I was spiritually immature, and I was unable to bear the weight of the temptations that I was facing. And so part of what we have done as a change now is we consider ourselves to be fully present with each other whenever we are together. And part of that means we have to tell each other what we're thinking, what we're feeling. We have to share in ways that we had not done that before, because he was my rock. He was the one who was bearing it all on his own.
Now, let's not put me up on too big a pedestal, because there were things that, maybe she may have known, some things she didn't know about, that, every person has, okay? We reveal those things to the Lord, and they're supposed to stay there. And the Lord was revealing me that those things actually had a line to why this was the way it turned out. Everything that you do, everything that you say, does every seed that you sow does come back to bear fruit. And that's what was happening in there was some seeds that I had sown that I did not take care of that brought the door open for her. Now, what she decided to do with the door open, those are her choices alone.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so let's be clear on that part. But I had just as much to do with this as she did.
I know, I mean, we're just running out of time here. I know that you worked on your relationship with the Lord and then got back together. You built a love bridge through prayer, you know, refiring that passion for this beautiful lady. But in our remaining time, and again, I would encourage you to get this book. This all pastors, you need to have this on your bookshelf. I know someone I'm going to give this book to because it's important. I've had the restoration in my own marriage. But for those people that are watching this program right now, that are where you guys were in, or maybe even in worse situation or thinking about divorce, you just look into our camera and just maybe just encourage them.
The answer to all of this is God's love. My husband was an interceder for me that brought me back to God first and then to Him. And I encourage you, if you are dealing with any kind of issue, you have to rely on the Lord, because without Him, we cannot do anything.
And let me just say, you know, I don't know what your situation is. You may be overcoming adultery in your spouse. You might be overcoming a number of things. We had to overcome that as well. There's much to our story we didn't get a chance to share. But I'll share this. The love of God is so deep, so wide, that it is impactful no matter what you're facing. And His redemptive work is available to you, and it's available right now. So what He did in us, He'll do for you.
Thank you guys for sharing your story. Again, you're right. There's so much more. Got to get the book, Resurrect Your Dead Marriage. And the Morrises, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you for
us.
having us.
And again, the prayer line, 1-866-273-4444. If that is what you're struggling today with your marriage, whatever it is, please call now. We'll have more right after this.